Hello, everyone. The keen-eared among you may have noticed our, or rather my, error last session. In episode 39, I avowed at several points that I was armed with no more than a dagger. In episode 40, my sword appeared in hand just in time for our fight. I assure you, I'm not secretly a Pact of the Blade warlock, merely a fool. With my new equipment established, and without further ado, last time on the Empire's Edge.
Somebody has been coming in and out of this room. Why?
Lord Michael arrived this morning. Spends a great of time in Veda Antheon. I resort to locking it up permanently. He rekindle friendship Shapan.
We're fighting something very, very long-lived.
And it looks like it is the destruction of a family. Yes. There are undead within 60 feet of you right
So
now.
I'm casting Black Widow's Walk on me, and I'm skittering up the walls, and now I'm hanging from the ceiling.
And as you step in just about 10, 15 feet into the room, you are hearing things cracking all over this room.
We are just racing through all this. We're just like, yeah, slash and kill and slash.
The last one is destroyed. But once the wow, I can't believe it just happened. There's so many of those things in here. It's quiet, and you're sensing something else near the door. You sense some kind of a presence. So, Boris, this would probably be you. Call it a residual. But everyone, go ahead and roll a perception.
And do?
Boy.
I think I'll also use a third use of Divine Sense, just for grins.
I rolled a natural 2 for a 10.
Well, I stole your usual luck. Natural 16 for a 19.
Yeah, 8.
It was the time.
Just 8 total.
So
yeah.
it is Boris. Boris, you look and resolve. You know this energy. You've encountered this energy before. You believe it is the being you called Michael.
Nice. And is Divine Sense backing that up?
It is. And it is communicated. There is like a quasi-undead over there.
Well met, Michael.
And he's looking at you, and with the roll you just made, you are recognizing there is pain on his face.
Oh.
It's as though something very bad has happened or is happening. And he completely disregards and brushes aside your greeting.
I didn't think he'd respond to it, to be honest.
What hurts a ghost?
And he says...
Magic.
Yeah, he says, one Zelotes survives in darkness.
Ominous.
And it looks as though, like he's looking at you, like he's entreating with his eyes, and he's starting to fade.
Where's Shapanov's mission?
And he's drawn back at the communication, but he's not as visually resolved as what he was even just a moment ago.
I'll approach closer. Actually, Zelen with me.
Yeah,
he might be
definitely.
bound to the ring you're wearing.
Mm.
And he says, it hides in Shapanov's mission, the only place that would not refuse asylum. And he doesn't fade away like just in that spot or retreat. He's actually fading as he seems to be rushing toward all of you. An investigation?
Sure.
Hey, natural 20.
Oh, perfect.
Mm.
Jacob, you're seeing right away, almost immediately, that as he is rushing forward and without doing a reaction, it'd be a case of where both Zelen and Boris might want to flinch and lean back. I'm not saying that they do, but you could imagine you'd want to.
Mm-hmm.
That it looks like it disappeared heading toward Zelen. And your total modified roll was?
Investigation 22.
That you think it actually went for her and collapsed into her ring.
Okay, yeah. Boris, I think you're right.
Oh, good to know.
On the nose.
Okay, so there's one more. What did he say? A Zelotes waits in darkness?
Yeah, one Zelotes survives in darkness.
I
One
called that. I
Zelotes
totally
survives in
said that last
darkness.
episode that there might be someone who's trying to keep up the name or do something about this house.
So is there still, can you tell, does your sense still work?
It'll last until the end of my next turn.
Yeah, so
Okay.
right now there's nothing on the periphery within 60 feet.
So
But
do
he
we want to
said-
move forward to
But
see
he said
if
it's
we
in
can...
Shapanov's mission, wherever that is.
Yeah.
I thought he said Shapanov's mission hid in it.
No, it hides in Shapanov's mission.
Oh, it hides
because
in
Shapanov's mission was the only place that would grant it asylum.
Oh,
the only
okay.
place that would not refuse asylum.
Not refusing is.
So it might be critical.
Okay.
Jacob,
So it sounds like there's some kind of enemy.
So I wonder
a
why that makes him
Zelotes enemy.
pained. I wonder why that...
It,
I wonder why the expression of pain. I wonder, gosh, I wish we could have talked to him longer.
Michael, ring.
Jacob, you're getting a ping.
Something's outside. Something's coming in behind us the way that we came in.
Interesting. Let's form up the tunnel entrance.
Yeah, let's run to the tunnel and see if we can cut its head off.
Okay, yeah.
More or
So
less.
just wait there on the other side for it to poke its head out and go shink.
So you get to that point, you're in that original excavated room, and it is like you forgot, you were just here a little while ago, that it's all dirt, excavated, everything else. But it is starting to move from that stone and back into it. And Zelen, probably you in particular, are getting a layout of, had this all been just an open ground, a park or a field or something, that these would just be buildings that are in proximity to each other. And this dirt has been either filled in around it intentionally, or just in the intervening centuries or millennia, the ground level has changed for whatever reason. But you're getting a different picture of how this place must have looked.
Based on that calendar that we saw in there, was there anything that we were able to decipher as far as actual years? Like, are the years numbered the way that like we would understand them today?
Well, in to retro play that, I believe Zelen, didn't you roll like a 26 on that, something
Yeah.
like crazy high? That when Jacob asks you that, you're like, oh yeah, come to think of it, if these particular stones were in the spots that were popped out, it could correspond to this star, this constellation. It does look like that would have been not centuries, but millennia ago.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Long time.
Yeah, I bet it is a bit weird being in that, like, basically building and then running out of the front door and you're underground, like not like out in the
Right,
sky.
yeah.
You just run out there and they're like,
Like,
it's...
what
Jacob,
happened
close
to
the secret door behind us.
Oh, yeah, I will do that.
And let's hood the lanterns. Do any of you have any capacity to see in the dark?
I do.
No.
Not communicating light source or lights would be
It's-
good to ambush whatever's coming down, assuming something comes down.
I have dark vision.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
she definitely does.
And I can cast it. You touch a willing creature to grant it the ability to see in the dark. For the duration, that creature has dark vision out to a range of 60 feet. Do you want me to cast it on myself or on you?
On yourself, and when you see something emerge, I'd say produce flame or something like that to light a torch.
Or I could light it up with fairy fire if I can hit the thing.
6 or 2 3s.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we
so
have our
I'm
plan.
going to cast dark vision on me.
All right, sounds good.
And the other, the two of us will wait in darkness. One on one side of the entrance tunnel, one on the other.
You wait 5 minutes. Nothing has come down.
Oh, great. So it's going to wait for us up there.
I poked my head and was like,
Yeah.
are you coming down?
No, we're not even here.
We've got cookies. You want to come down for a cookie?
You can't have any. Maybe they'll come
How
down.
small of an animal can you become, Zelen?
The
Well, you became a spider, right?
yeah.
I mean, we do just
No,
have
yeah.
locks with
No,
us.
I did spider walk.
No, you.
Oh yeah, I became a
previous
spider
episode.
before. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
So,
Or
as much
what
as-
about your animal friend, your animal familiar?
Oh, yeah. Also, we were calling that thing huge the entire time. It's actually small
yeah,
Small beast.
But
Your
foxes are
dog?
tiny.
Yeah, but yeah, so the fox that's with me, I don't have any capacity of like experiencing it. Like I don't have a connection with it. It just
It's
obeys
there.
what I do. Yeah.
Right.
And how long does it last?
An hour.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so still got that. So it's just
but-
a regular sized fox.
No,
Yeah,
it's a big
small,
fox.
Small beast. So bigger than a regular fox, but not.
Okay, so
Tiny.
kind
Yeah,
of
it's-
medium dog size.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder
That's
if we
still
could
a
send the
big
fox
fox.
up there and
It has. Can you communicate with it?
Nope.
Yeah. So you're our best scout because you can turn into a spider, go up, and not be detected.
okay. All right, so that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
But now I'm also the only person with dark vision, so you guys have got nothing. You know what else I'm going to do? Hold on just a second.
What are you gonna do?
I have a thing called sending where I can send a message. Hold on just a second.
Holding.
You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature that you are familiar with. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately.
But do
Okay.
you have to speak it out loud?
It doesn't say. It just says you send a short message.
Okay.
And it hears it in its mind. Yeah.
yeah, so great. Yeah, we'll say it's telepathic then.
Okay, so I'm also going to, once I get up there, I'll send a count back. You know who's on the other side of the wall. And what else do you want to know?
Well, what I'd do is use that when you're coming down, so that way we don't attack you, mistaking you for somebody else.
Oh, I didn't
That-
realize. I thought I was going to stay up there. So wait a minute. Let me make sure I got the
No,
plan. So I'm
you-
going to run up there and peek and then come back down again.
Yes, because you're scouting, and because there's no reason to stay up there. Yeah, if we were just going to form a beachhead and attack, it'd be better to send me because I currently have best armor class.
I would say though it might be better to leave her up there, especially with her capacity. If she could just like sneak by them without them knowing, we now have her on the other side of them if they're close to the hole, and she can still send us that message beyond line of sight and just say, okay, as soon as you come up, they're going to be such and such a place. Or if we start to come up, she can see them moving and be able to tell us, okay, they're aware that you're moving up now.
The only thing that makes me nervous is they killed my bird because they could recognize that it was magical. So if I pop out as a magical spider, are they just going to smush me?
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
I like scouting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to try and dig our way out than moving through the known exit in any capacity.
Okay.
All right.
And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to use Lay on Hands to restore the hit points I'm missing.
We're also assuming that they know that there's a secret patches here. All I know is that they followed us into that alley. They could be looking around the yard right now. They could not know about the hole that we climbed
Why we
down.
need a scout.
So, Boris, how many hit points did you regain?
Yes. Give me a second to do math.
Yeah.
I also have a thing that I can rest for 15 minutes and get my spell slots back.
It's an hour.
Oh.
Short rest is an hour.
Well, we know they're not coming down. Do we want to I mean, really, they're not coming down. Do we want to just rest an hour? I currently have all my first level spells and my third level spells, but I have none of my second level spells.
I forget what I regained from a short rest.
Hit points.
And Moonbeam, which is my best burn 'em up spell, is a second level spell.
How many second level spell slots do you have?
3.
I mean,
Could be substantial.
Might as well.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I think too. They're not going to come down.
Oh, and I regain Channel Divinity, which is the glowy sword thing, or turning undead. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm for taking a short rest.
Yep.
So Jacob's on guard duty, or are you all just taking a short rest?
It's
and
not
There's-
sleeping. It's
just sitting
Yeah.
there
Just-
watching.
Waiting, like, yeah, just staring
Or
at the
sitting in the dark.
How long does dark vision last? You said like 10 minutes, right?
I don't know.
It wasn't very long, so it's not like you could just sit there and stare at the hole.
well, if it's less than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this
Well,
point,
that means that I'm not going to have, if we
It's
sit here
8
for an hour.
hours. The duration is 8 hours.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you guys have to do things, I can stay on watch. If you want to give me dark vision, I can just watch the hole.
Well,
The fox is going to
it's
disappear.
too late to give you dark vision.
Did you
well,
already
I guess,
cast it?
Yeah, I already cast it on. Didn't I already cast it on myself?
Yes,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
did.
that's right, because we were waiting for the hole to
Right.
clear.
So are you still scouting, or have you all
No,
decided
I'm
to
not
go?
going to scout. I'm going to rest for an hour so I can gain my spell slots back. I don't
Okay.
remember exactly
How
how
many spell
that
slots do you
works.
get?
A total
So you-
number of spell levels equal to my druid level. My druid level is 5, so I could get 2 second level spells back,
And one first.
but I haven't spent any first, so I could
Okay.
get 2 second level spells back.
or 1 second and a third if you've cast any third.
No, I haven't. Just second level.
Okay.
Let me
then.
see what
Are you in spider form, or did you nix that
I
as
have
well?
not.
Okay.
I've
This
not
is this
done
very
that yet.
tiny voice talking to us the entire time.
It's like,
Beep, beep, beep.
you speak.
Help me!
You speak spider.
Dark vision is also second level,
Oh, okay.
so I'd rather not cast that on you.
Yeah, no,
So
no worries.
All right,
Well,
so
if
at the-
we're not going up, we might as well restore lanterns because the tunnel curves and they're not coming down.
That was fun. All right, let's sit here for an hour.
yeah, so we just wait for an hour, but then I get a first level spell I forgot I cast and 2 second level spells back. So
Perfect.
I have good spells back. I
Yeah.
still have my dark vision.
And does short rest do anything for hit points?
We can spend hit dice, but I used Lay on Hands instead.
Right. So the two of you, if you've taken damage, you can spend, what is it, like 1 die per level?
Yeah.
No, it's well, yes, but it's not limited. Aside from we have 5 per long rest we can use.
Right. Yes. You could call the number of from 1 to 5 that you wanted to.
Yeah.
I'll go for it.
Well-
I'll spend one.
Yeah, it's I can spend 1, and then if I need to recover more, I can spend a second and a third, and so on.
I rolled exactly 6. I'm back up to full.
Nice.
Weren't very hurt.
But I figured I don't know how many short rests we're going to take before we take another long rest, so may as well if you're down hit points.
During that time, about a half an hour into that time period, you hear in the tunnel what sounds like earth being shoveled or compressed,
Burying us.
but you don't see like any dirt that's falling down into the tunnel tube. You're not aware of it. Like you think falling down. It's almost as though somebody's like somehow compressing the ground, but they're not actually filling it in. It's a weird sound.
Anyone have detect magic? Or no, it's blocked by like a foot of dirt, isn't it?
Yeah, and even then it's not prepared.
So
And
that's,
then
that's
I-
a thing.
nothing
Can
else.
attempt an Arcana check.
Sure.
That's not my skill set. Nudge, nudge.
Oh, I'll check Arcana stuff too.
12.
19.
I put my hand on the dirt
Less
and I just do a
things.
survival check.
Yeah. Is that one of the things you have proficiency in?
I would hope so.
Plus 3, so it's 22.
22 beats my 12.
That you recognize that some kind of a transmutation has gone on, that you think the actual like passageway has been altered. that it's as though it's a different passageway.
So I'm going to tell that to my friends.
Okay.
Meaning
Fair
that it's like the passage doesn't go where it used to go.
Oh,
Interesting.
very.
Was there anything more than just a single ping that I got from my alarm, or did it seem like multiple things came in? Or during that time, did things come in and leave? Or
Something crossed it,
that's it?
but it was just that one thing
Nothing's
that seems
changed.
to have crossed it.
Okay.
Okay, so do we get to the end of the half
Yes,
an hour with nothing else coming?
The end of the hour. yeah.
Hour.
Yeah, I meant the second half. which
Yes.
is the half an hour. So okay, so
Yeah, it had us in the first half, not going to lie.
I'm gonna start climbing up the tunnel as a human being, and then if I get to a point there's a change, I'm gonna switch into a spider.
So what kind of a change are you looking for?
Change of direction.
Okay, yeah. So almost immediately going up, it's as though the tunnel is curving in the wrong direction. That it's not going to take that same initially from the bottom of it, a gentle slope going up, and then it steepens up pretty well, and then you're breaching through up into the space along the wall. It seems to be hitting into a different spot. It's almost as though it's going to be terminating. Roll it as an investigation.
She just walked into that tunnel and just like passed us. All right, guys, there we go, and just walked in.
7. I'm a stupid spider.
That
You're
you're
a
not even a
human.
spider yet. That you don't know, but you believe that somehow the opening's coming out in a different spot, but you can't quite figure it out, by cardinal direction or to the left or the right. It's just
But I still believe that there's an opening.
yes.
So they've just changed where it's going to open. Okay, well, if I know that without using a shapeshift, then I'm not going to use a shapeshift. I'm going to come back down, tell them that, and say, do you want me to follow it to the end? Do you want me to shapeshift and follow it to the end?
I still think scouting would be a good call.
Okay.
They already know that we're in here, though. Anything that comes out of that tunnel, they're going to probably fire on immediately.
Well, I'm going to be a spider, and I'm not going to come out of the tunnel. I'm just going to go as far as I need to go to get information.
All right.
Do you think that'll make me easier to kill or harder to kill?
Okay, so how does it work with wild shape? Do you get a bonus to your AC if you're a small creature? Or do you just retain your existing...
You'd be using the AC for, a tiny spider.
So
smaller than tiny, but...
You just adapt its stat block?
Essentially, but when, like with any other change in shape, when you take damage equal to the new shape's hit points, you change back into your natural form and then take the excess.
Yeah, so if it has a good AC, then it's probably worth it.
AC isn't the point factor
Unless
because they need to see it first,
yeah.
and it's a very, 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 very small spider because real actual spiders aren't the size of like cats.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so that's the plan.
All right.
So I'm going to get back into the tunnel as myself, crawl for, I don't know, a ways. I can't tell you exactly how long because I'm not sure what the tunnel's shaped like anymore.
Mhm.
Change into a spider, run to within, say, 3 or 4 inches of the end of where the tunnel now is, pause there to see if I can tell anything. Are they staring at the end of the tunnel? Do I get a sense that they know I'm there, that something magic's happened? Do I hear people like shifting in a way that sounds to me like they're preparing?
Verbal components of spellcasting.
Right, yeah.
So you go up into the tunnel, you make that change, and you're proceeding on as a small spider. So it takes you, a good bit longer than what it
Sure.
would as a human being. And then as you approach within a matter of inches, even like a matter of feet, there's enough light coming through that you can tell there is still grass, like there have been, folded over the top of it. Tall grass, so it's laying. You could get out of the tunnel itself and still be, you would believe, visually shielded from eyes watching you or noting there's a spider. But there's enough of a breeze blowing that the grass moves a little bit that could also shield you if you wanted to go further up into it. Looking straight up, go ahead and roll a perception.
14 plus 8, so 22.
So straight up from where you are, there is nothing that's in range. You don't hear anything,
Okay.
but you could certainly go up and we'll
Is my
apply
spidey
that.
sense tingling?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm going to come out of the tunnel.
So I would imagine then you're on the inside of the grass. It's not like you're up over the lip to it.
No,
You're up
right.
into the grass looking. And you do feel very hidden. You're very camouflaged by all of this. And with that 22, you can see that it looks like you're inside the wall to the compound.
Okay.
That you see the ruins to the house and, the stark ruined wall sticking straight up. You're not inside that house area, but you're inside the wall itself. And you see a person just to the right of one of the ruined pieces of wall.
Does that person seem at all aware of me?
No.
Do I see anybody else?
From that point of view, that perspective, no.
Can I stay as close to the tunnel as I currently am, but run around the tunnel? So one, I can get an idea, is the tunnel opening still big enough that my friends can fit through it? And two, can I see anybody else if I run around the tunnel?
Well, you're actually out of the tunnel. You're in the grass that's above it.
Yeah.
So like moving around that grass up there, it changes position, the grass shifts and moves. You do know that you're sure that Boris and Jacob could get up through the tunnel. It hasn't actually changed its diameter.
Okay.
It's just changed its terminus.
Okay.
And then as you're moving around that outside, keeping that 22, that you do see as you get to a certain point, you're more oriented up. You see that on top of one of those ruined walls, that there's another person standing up there.
Okay.
And as you go further around, you see that there's somebody else that's just further down along the wall.
Okay.
So they're spread out in a triangle.
Got it. And so I've made the circumference. I only see 3. Anything else I can pick up? Like, do they have wizard robes on? Are they dressed like Zrex? Does any of them look like they were recently a panther? Does somebody have armor?
Yes. One's actually an Umber Hulk.
They don't look like they're fighters of any sort. They're not dressed in armor and have those kinds of weapons. If they have a personal weapon, then it's probably going to be like a dagger or something small on their person. You don't see staves like that would give them away. They're not dressed in the robes that a Zrek would use, but they are not in merchant's clothes either. They almost look a little bit like they're like lesser nobles in how they're dressed.
Got it. All right. I'm going to go back down.
Humans, Villaman, Sarvapan.
Yeah. I mean, certainly I would make those observations.
All 3 seem to be human.
Okay. What I'm wondering is, why did they... Well, I'm going to run back down so I can talk to you guys. So I'm going to run down till I'm far enough that I can change, even if they have magic that they can't tell what I'm doing, and then change back to a human because I can go faster.
Okay.
And then pop back out the other end.
Yeah, you're down.
And so I'm going to describe what I saw. So here's something to consider. They did change the direction of the tunnel. They didn't block the tunnel. So they could have blocked us in here and just killed us. They changed the entrance to the tunnel so it's inside the wall. Could it be that what they really want is to communicate privately? If they wanted to kill us, they could have killed us. Why did they change the exit point of the tunnel to be inside the wall where they can engage us privately?
So they can engage us privately, exactly. That they can fight without just being on an alley to one of the largest parks in the city.
My point is, why would they bother fighting? If they had the ability to change the direction of the tunnel, they could have just closed it in.
That would have buried us, but not necessarily killed us. They don't know what equipment we have. They don't know what magic we have.
Do we have the capability of just digging our way out or shaping the tunnel back and just leaving?
I have Thunderwave. We could certainly reshape dirt, but it could also bury us alive.
It'd be a slow process, but presumably we could gradually dig our way out. It'd just take a long time.
So I'm wondering if we try something to the effect of if Zelen was still out there, was able to communicate with us, she could do something to cause some sort of a commotion or distraction outside to make them think that we had done that. They run out there to where that is, which gives us the ability to go out the tunnel and the exit that they've created, and we are now in that room where they were, but they ran out to go and see whatever the distraction is Zelen made.
Yeah, my thought was we return almost to the mouth, Zelen in spider form again, maneuvering back behind, so that way we're not making the whole movement with a fight going on. We might risk some attention at the top, but it's a bad spot.
Yeah.
What's the force of your thunder wave? Like, what would it do if you cast it at the ceiling? I forget if it's gonna like blow all the paint off, or will it actually? Because I know you used it before, but I honestly forget its actual destructive capabilities.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out. Each creature in a 15-foot cube must make a Constitution saving throw. Unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect.
I guess it's up to you. How secure is the wall, and all that.
So what was the initial damage?
On a failed save, a creature takes a 2d8 thunder damage.
Okay.
But I actually don't have Thunder Wave prepared, so we'd have to sit down here for 8 hours for me to be able to even use it once. And I think it's going to take 3 or 4 uses. By that time, the whole flippin' city is going to know we're under the ground.
Maybe not quite that. Many people, enough.
Put that into tactics, Boris. Go ahead and make that
It,
siege
it,
craft.
it would take too long.
Yeah.
Just simply, it would take too long.
It
I
would.
don't
All
need
right,
to make
so
a roll for that.
here's what I'm wondering.
I'd like to reiterate my idea about sending her out there and having her appear on the other side or distracting them in
Well,
some
I think
way.
we all move up most of the way. That we
because
get.
we can reply. She said that if she sends us a message, we can respond back to her. So if she's on the other side, she says, all right, they're over there, such and such. And then she sends the message like, cool, do something in 3 seconds. We're right by the door. And then 3 seconds, we count to 3. She does a thing. They turn. We come rushing out of the hole.
Yeah, but first is us moving up into the almost
Well,
out
yeah,
of
the only way
tunnel.
we're going to get to outside the hole in 3 seconds is if we're already there.
Yeah.
All right.
So for me to change back into human shape, is that a bonus action or is that a on my action? Like, can I change back into human shape and cast a
Doesn't
spell?
it say in the description?
I
of the,
think it's a feat in order to do your wild shape faster than that. I think it is actually a standard action in order to.
You're that's
change
all
back with a bonus
3.5.
action. I made a note. Yay, me.
Perfect. Yeah, I thought you had written that
Okay,
down.
so the plan is I'm going to change as a spider. I'm going to,
We're all going to move up near the top. Then you're going to change into a spider,
Yeah.
sneak out.
I'm worried about me right now. So I'm going to change into a spider. I'm going to run out. I'm going to try to get behind them. I'm going to send a message and say, wait for the blast.
On the boom, count to 3.
All right. I'm going to change back into myself and I'm going to cast lightning is I think my best bet.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Does it
Can
take?
you get multiple ones in a line with lightning? Is that what it is? Like if you position
No, it's
yourself?
striking down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So you get up there. Let me make a roll for them. And
Might as well roll stealth while we're at it.
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah, well, yeah,
Me?
it's a good idea.
All of us,
As you
because we're
go up
all
into the
climbing
the
up.
tunnel.
Natural 20 for a
Natural
22.
20.
And in between the two of you is
17 for a 25.
okay.
Yeah, no, his 17 beats mine at 20.
So you are all very stealthily up at the top of this thing,
I
and
think
then
me first, you second, Zelen third, because she can just
Oh,
sneak
yeah.
past
Spider
as
can
a
just go.
spider.
"Zeep."
So Zelen, you turn into the spider.
Yep.
You move past them. You're up. You're over the lip. Now, do you want to traverse along the wall in the corner, or do you want to walk right across the field, like right toward where one of them are?
No, what I'd like to do is get to the wall and run along the edge of the wall because
Okay,
I think that'll
yeah.
make me
So
least obvious.
The tunnel actually comes up right at the base of the wall on the inside, and you are now at the wall moving. It doesn't look as though any of them noticed you.
Okay.
So you're moving along the wall, and again, with all of your eyes, I guess you're seeing like this, all around you, like just forward. But you are moving in the direction of the Brimroar Hills. Essentially you're moving toward the east, toward the Brimroar on the outside. And as you're moving along the building, you do recognize that there is one of them on the exact opposite side of the opening that you are now moving away from. And that one is like toward the corner of the wall where you guys came around the corner from the front gate. One is by what must have been just the nearest corner of the building, and that one's about 40 feet away. The first one's about 30 feet away. And then there's one up on top of one of these walls, and he's a good, from line of the actual opening, he's probably about, on the hypotenuse, 50, 55 feet away from the opening where those guys are.
So when I cast Call Lightning, I can cast a cylinder that's 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius. So it sounds like if I position myself correctly, I could potentially capture 2 of them in the radius of a Call Lightning.
No, that's not the lightning strike. That's the cloud up above.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a big, thick lightning bolt.
I wonder.
Stubby lightning bolt.
So it's probably just a bolt of lightning hits somebody.
A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. That is a point
Oh,
you can
yeah,
see
each
within
creature
range.
within 5 feet of that point.
How what's the area on Moonbeam? Do you have that prepared? Because if you can capture multiple with Moonbeam, that's a real big distraction.
Given how they were spaced, unless it's a truly massive spell, like, centered on the exact middle in, like, a 40-ish foot radius, she's not going to catch them all.
I don't mean all. I just meant more than one.
any.
Moonbeam, a silver beam of pale light shines in a 5-foot radius.
Oh, dang.
So it's
Okay.
the same. They're both 5 feet.
Call lightning's better because you can target different creatures rather than just keeping it on one area.
Yep.
So that's a concentration,
It's
and
a
it lasts
concentration.
for how many rounds can you
10
do?
minutes
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so-
but so long as they're in the
10 of
6-foot
those.
area, she can just go boom and then boom and then boom. Yeah.
Yeah, each
until I
round.
lose my concentration.
Right.
All right, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so you have moved. How far down the wall do you want to go? Like how far, like laterally to the one that's standing at the base of the wall, or how far, like laterally to the one that's up on top of the wall?
I'd like to go towards the one that's at the towards the one that's up on top of the wall. That's the one I want.
Okay, so then you're moving at about 30 feet down the wall.
Okay.
Okay, so then that's going to put the one that was to the opposite direction about 60 or so feet away from where you are. That puts you at about probably about 30 feet away from the one that's actually at the wall. And then the one that's up high is, it's on that angle, but that far away.
Yep.
All right, and which one are you targeting?
The guy that's up on the wall.
Up on top of the wall.
Because I'm hoping I can just
the one that we
knock
have
him
no
off.
prayer of hitting because he's ranged, quite obviously.
Right, exactly. And I'm
And I'm the
hoping I
idiot
can
that
just
left
knock
my
him off
bow.
on the far side of the wall.
All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do that spell like as a surprise round for her, and then we're going to roll in it.
I think the three of us would have a surprise round, and
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, getting at least a move action so that way our first
Okay.
move isn't
Yeah,
getting
that's
out of the
reasonable.
hole.
That's very reasonable. Even though they're watching the hole. Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay. All right. So you're moving about 30 feet down from them, but
Yes.
you're attacking the guy that's up on
The one
top
that's
of the
up
wall.
on the wall.
All right. And he gets a saving throw. What's his save?
Spell save DC?
Yep.
16.
All right. Here it comes.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
If he rolls a 12,
or like 2.
he makes it.
Yeah,
Okay,
roll a
2.
2.
Twist your damage.
And that's 2d10s?
3d10.
3d10, I think.
3, 4, so 14.
He takes it. There's the
But does he like stumble back off the wall?
I will roll that in just a second. And at that, there's a reaction by both of these guys as they're not expecting that, where they are now looking aloft to see what is happening up there.
Rushing and attacking.
Oh, and and let's go ahead and count that down from wherever those.
Well, let's roll in it.
Yeah, I haven't rolled in it.
Did I just say roll nits before we started that?
I did very poorly.
Could have sworn
I
I
did
had.
good for once. And I add something to it, right?
Your
Yeah,
dexterity
dex.
modifier.
Oh, I rolled an 18.
Nice.
I'm
I had
always
a
cleanup.
14.
I rolled an 8.
You're cleanup this time.
Yeah.
So 8, 14.
Don't worry, my bow's going to magically appear in my hands and I'm going to start firing.
18.
18.
Are you also secretly a Pact of the Blade Warlock?
Does it just take one level in that and I can just summon a weapon?
3 levels in Warlock when you pick the Pact boon of the Blade.
Well, let's see. At the rate we're going, that'd be sometime next year.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm not sure how I did it, but somehow I have too many nits. I think I wrote a number down for something else right where I was putting those things in.
We had 18, 14, 8.
Because I suddenly have instead of my 3 encounters, I have 4. And I was like,
Hey, hold on. No.
I'm not sure what happened, but somehow that lightning bolt made them a
It
lot
was actually an
better.
earth elemental.
That's right. It was incredible. At 18, Zelen, you guys are rushing out and you're moving. So, Jacob, which one are you rushing toward? The one in the corner, one at the base of the wall?
Whichever one Boris does not run up to, because
Okay, right. You're first. Yeah, Boris, which one are you running
nearest.
toward? That would be then the one that's in the corner. All
Okay.
right, so he's rushing to the one in the corner.
We'll call him Baby.
Okay.
Thank you.
I got it, but I didn't want to validate it.
And then I'll run up to the other. Where's the other guy? He's still in the same room on the same level.
Yes, he's just at the base of one of those ruined walls.
Okay,
Less room, more courtyard.
gotcha.
Yeah, kind of.
It is now.
All right, so at 18, Zelen.
I get to go again?
Yeah, that was
I'm
your
going to
bonus
hit him with
action.
lightning again.
Okay, roll it.
Wait a minute. Did he fall off the wall?
He did not fall off the wall.
Fix that.
What am I rolling for?
Damage.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah,
Well, he has to roll as a reflex save, and you roll your damage.
Well, you're doing damage either way.
Yeah,
so
so-
roll your damage.
Yep. All of those, and then
14 again.
Again, nice.
Okay, yeah, he seems to have suffered less from that one, but suffering a total of 21 points of damage was still mighty on the
28
hurty
points
side.
of damage. Because I did 14 the first time too.
He's saying he made a save and took half.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
That's all right.
realize that. Is he still?
Womp
He's.
womp.
I
He's
still.
still, yeah,
Darn
he has
Yeah,
his position.
so just
right.
one caffeinated teabag is too much in your tea.
It's just the
Did
fight.
you put any any of the caffeinated drops in your water
I
to
did
try and?
not.
It's
It's
actually
fast.
it's adrenaline drops.
It's that. It
must
just.
be.
It's
All
I
right.
get excited.
Evidently.
I wonder, did any of them roll? But what did you get? A 10 or a 14?
14.
Yeah. So
So the one that you're rushing toward, Jacob, he is spell casting in your direction, and you need to roll and make a. Let me see. I think it's a wisdom save. Hang on.
yes, about that. I hope it's not.
All right, what'd you roll?
8, 9.
Well,
that-
is it a wisdom save first?
If it's a wisdom,
it is
yeah.
a wisdom
okay,
save,
Yeah,
yeah.
9.
You are being ordered to retreat,
Gotcha.
and you do.
Yeah.
So you're doing about face, and you're
Heading back towards the Roth house.
Heading back toward that. Yes. Yeah, well,
So
you're heading
am I
down toward
allowed-
the tunnel to go back inside.
Am
it,
I allowed
apparently.
to shout something, or can you only shout things on your
Talking's
turn?
a free action.
You're in a.
Okay.
Well, she's a spider, isn't she?
No, I
she
changed
can't.
back to
she
human
had
to
to
catch
change
a
in
spell.
order
Yeah,
to
you can
cast
shout.
Why are you attacking us?
That went out there, so we'll see what kind of reaction they have.
She
to-
said after shooting him with lightning twice.
Yeah, but they changed the tunnel, so
I
they
don't
started
know.
it.
Sounded like a burn to me. Boris at 14, and the individual up there on the wall.
Yeah, engaging with hostile and attacking.
Let's see.
What's his armor class?
See, that just totally sucks that he had a lower roll than you by 2.
Yep.
Unnatural 20 for the first attack, and an unnatural 22 for the second.
And yeah, they both hit. This is going to be just ugly. I
Plus
thought-
2 weapons are my favorite kind of weapons.
It's just that they should be able to do so much more. So, but also at 14, while you're twisting that up, the one that was up there on the top is now targeting Zelen.
Okay. The one I fought took 10 from the first attack and 14 from the second. This is all just slashing damage, so a total of 24.
Why is that guy up on the top got such a vendetta against you? You didn't do anything to him.
Right? They started attacking out of nowhere.
I know, right?
Zelen, make a dexterity save.
This is the first combative thing they've done towards us.
You just got brainwashed.
I got told to run away. They didn't really attack me.
Do I add anything when I make a dexterity save?
Yes, your dex.
Whatever your dex modifier is.
So that's a 16.
Are you proficient in dexterity saving throws?
I don't know.
Oh, well. Probably not then.
Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. That's a 17.
Important difference.
Potentially critical.
Zelen, yes. Okay, what? Tell us.
Can I use the amulet on you because it gives you bravery so maybe you won't run away?
Ouch.
All right, so you made your save. You're taking half damage at 15 points of damage.
What do we see or hear or feel?
What'd they do to me?
Fire. You were just on the edge, kind of like dodging out from that, but there was a burst of fire, way bigger than the flame thing you've been doing. It was definitely a fireball.
About the size it would take to destroy a bluebird or whatever it was.
Oh no, like way,
Significantly larger.
way more than that.
This would slay many bluebird.
Oh no.
So also at that 14, Boris, the one you go bump, bump, and you hit and do all that damage to. And what was your damage totals?
24 total, 10 and 14.
Jesus.
With magic plus 2 sword I got from somewhere.
Right. So this guy, as he takes his hit, you realize that he has his hands in almost a more defensive position and less combative. And he doesn't say it like a yell or a scream, but he says, Boris Kirsonov, keep me alive. I'm with you.
Insight.
Go ahead.
I wish I had some shenanigans to detect lies, but alas, I have no such shenanigans. Actually, I might just not need to cast
Not
a
at the
spell.
moment. Not ready to go.
Natural 15 for an 18 on insight.
In this moment, the heat of this moment, you think this guy's legit. Like, not just like he's saying this to save his life. You think that this guy's got some other side hustle going on, and it's not working with those other two guys.
Interesting. Prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did it-
saying to him, prove it.
All right, so this is
But
all.
I will kind of pivot laterally, so I can still see him, but he's got a clear line on the other potential hostiles.
Sure, that was it. Let's see, there was a 14, 13. There was a 13 somewhere? No, that's the number that didn't exist. Yeah, that was the number from before. 12, that was him just talking to you.
I'm at 8. Let me know when you get there.
Is he doing anything else with his round?
So he does. As you say, prove it to him, he extends his arm right past you, and he is spellcasting. Do you let him as you spellcasting over your shoulder?
Yes. Well, I stepped, out of line so he could cast at them. I'm reasonably sure I could whap him again pretty hard if he does something dumb.
He bend his elbow so it points back at himself. Does it work like that?
Why are you casting yourself? Why are you casting yourself?
I'm not sure how that works exactly. We're going to give it a try. But he does. He is apparently targeted. And this is like the worst Yahtzee ever. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 2
I
more.
love getting Matt to fight his own creatures.
Right? Though it seems like this is his idea.
And he does fair damage to the individual that made Jacob retreat. The one that was at the base of the wall.
All right.
Good. Screw that guy.
And that was in a burst of fire. At that, the whole wall starts shaking. Like the whole thing's like it was doing damage to this already ruined wall. The guy up there seems like slightly displaced in that moment, but he's holding on to his spot. And then 8.
Cool. All right. I'm guessing I get another will save to try and negate these effects. Wisdom save.
Right.
Yes. Natural 20.
Nice.
Almost. Yeah, so you're probably just like you're into the tunnel like, what the heck? What am I doing
What
over
am
here?
I doing?
What am
Yeah.
I in this place for? So you're coming back out to have your move round.
I'm not Ted.
Yeah. So with that
While we're referencing old games.
yeah, with that move, am I able to get back to that guy or
If you do the dash, is it dash in this one?
Yes.
Yes, you could dash to him, and what does it give you at the end of that? Like one attack?
Nope.
no?
Nope,
Dash is just using
You can
my
be
action in
up
order
to
do that.
him on this round.
How strong are you? Could you run at that wall and try to knock the wall down? If the wall's wiggling?
Try it, Jacob.
Now,
Try
there's a
it.
thing about like hitting the wall and then the wall having to go somewhere.
Well, you could run backwards.
That reminds me. Isn't your lightning concentration?
Yeah, that I had that on my list to ask. Did I
Okay.
lose my lightning
At what point did you?
when I took damage? Did I lose my lightning? 'Cause
Oh,
it's
that's right. That's a
concentration
save.
spell.
How much damage?
Is that a wisdom save for her?
No,
to
it's
hang out of
a
it?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so you roll your con saving
It's
throw.
10 or damage taken, whichever's higher.
half damage taken?
Half damage taken, whichever's higher.
So that's I rolled a 13 and half damage taken.
Well, plus Constitution.
Yeah, so that's like another 3.
13 plus Constitution, so that's 16.
Right.
Okay.
And then
As long as you didn't take
And
32
you
points of
took
damage. you should-
15 points of
and I
damage.
took 15
Yeah,
points,
so you're-
so I
yeah,
win. So I still have my
10.
lightning.
You
So
still have
I-
your
Okay.
yeah, barely. Wow, that was close. Yes, but you still have it.
What happens if I shoot lightning at the wall and not the guy?
The wall takes damage, and if it's enough damage to it loses its structural integrity, it collapses.
I recommend shooting the guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're,
but-
we're drawing plenty of attention with spellcasting without actually
Because you're
vandalizing
outside the
structures.
city, even in like a day when it's daylight,
We're
you're still
adjacent to the main park. We're
Right.
in the city.
We keep on using these pseudo pronouns like the guy. Is this the guy that I'm currently running towards? Just spent a dash action to get to, and she's about to shoot him with lightning, and I'm going to get struck too.
No, she-
Dude on the wall.
She's shooting the guy up on top of the
I'm
wall.
going the
Gotcha. I was
range
making
guy
sure.
because
Unless
you
Zelen,
can't
do you
reach
switch
him.
targets?
No.
There's somebody rushing out. You know that Jacob retreating, he's gone away, and somebody's running across, apparently in support of the guy at the base of the wall. No, so it's obvious Jacob. You can see is coming back into the fight.
Here's what I will do though. If I can move to put myself in a better defensive posture, like there's broken walls and things like that. If I can move so I'm partially shielded from any fireball he shoots back at me, because I get a move action too, right?
Yeah, you
Yep.
sure do.
So I'm going to move so I can try to get into because I'm picturing myself
you can do it
fairly out in the middle of a field. And if I can move so that he can't just
Well,
bang
you're
me with
definitely
a,
along the wall, so it's like you can track you that way. So you're rushing like anything toward the building in your move to
Yeah.
try to give yourself cover. I think that's reasonable. Roll that as a dex saving throw for me, and to see if you can gain partial cover.
no.
Well, you still cast your thing first, and then you go seek
Yeah.
cover,
So,
right?
but that
okay.
we're back at the top of the round with an 18 and Zelen.
So I'm definitely going to cast lightning at him
Okay.
again.
Yeah. So roll your damage. One way or the other, he's gonna be taking it. It's a matter of what his save is, how much he's taking.
The 3. That one. Yep. Not the one in your hand.
Not the one.
Now
There you go, the
you
other
do
three.
note as she is running,
The
and
pink
you note,
one.
There you go.
Zelen, that there is smoke streaming from you.
Okay. 0's a 10.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
So yay. So that's 20, 30, 22 points of damage.
So 2,200 and how many points?
2,230, it sounded like.
Zelen just did 2.6 million points of damage.
So did you say 23?
22.
22 points of damage.
So yeah, the planet cracked in half, and we're playing a very different campaign now. Congratulations, Zelen. You're now the big bad evil, seeing as you killed the world.
Let's save that for April Fools or something, not for this.
As you run in then to gain cover, you lose sight of him. And just a moment later, you hear a as he hit the ground on the far side of the wall.
Yes!
It's like you lose sight of him, but then you don't because he goes right in front of you.
15 was that guy. 14 is the guy at the base of the
And
wall.
also me.
Yeah.
So what that wizard who said he was on our side cast at the other?
he gets to fireball at him. And
Fair
just completely
enough.
didn't completely engulf
How
the
far
guy.
away is that one? Your directions were a smidge esoteric.
That, let's see, from there, he'd be on that line about 60 feet away from you.
Yeah, I think I will move No, I'm not going to use Sacred Weapon. I'm just going to dash and be at him.
Okay, and then at at 14, that one, he sees Jacob coming at him, or is really at him.
And him, and Boris.
Yeah.
So you're
at 14,
right there.
We're both
Nice
adjacent to him.
and up close. So he is also spellcasting. You guys need to.
Drops a fireball at his feet because he's hardcore like that.
Do it. I'll have so much respect for this guy.
That's what I'd do if I were there. But then that's just me. All right, so the two of you make a Constitution saving throw.
Both of us.
Interesting
Okay.
choice.
Off the table.
Natural 14 for a 21.
11.
I'm good at Constitution saves.
Yeah.
I am not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 3 8-siders, please.
Oh my gosh.
I have
Remember
2.
your colors. 1, yes, remember the colors.
I don't want this damage.
Mine stayed loyal. Yours half stayed loyal.
10, 20, 31. So 31, Jacob, 15, Boris.
Of what
wow.
variety?
Of cold.
Interesting.
Oh, if someone had only cast protection from energy cold.
I'm not sure which ones were yours.
The green
The green ones, yeah, of course. I actually did know that.
White and gold because I'm A, a paladin, B, a stereotype.
8.
Cool. I don't like him.
Right.
I swing my sword at him.
And your elbows feel stiff.
Have you
because-
considered stabbing
of
him
the
instead of
cold.
just swinging the sword?
Yeah, true. I stab at him twice.
Right.
Oh, God. All right. 19 for one
That hits.
and 11 for the other.
That misses.
Okay. So one hit for max damage. 12 points of damage.
All right. Taken. So this is the guy that, that the other guy fireballed just a little bit ago.
He's still alive.
And then Zelen at 18. What you see from your point of view is there is one wizard that, or a spellcaster, that Boris ran up to and hit twice with a sword and then ran away from. So what's going on there? He's still, that is the caster, is wounded in that corner.
Oh, yeah. Leave that one.
And Boris and Jacob just got caught in a blast of a cone of cold by the guy at the base of the wall. The guy at the base of the wall also got stabbed by Jacob, and he is also, they're all still standing in their
And,
proximity.
we are both within 5 feet of him.
I shout, leave that one, gesturing to the one I left.
So I want to hit the bad guy there attacking. I want to hit him too with a lightning bolt, but I want to arrange the lightning bolt very specifically so it only hits him and doesn't hit my friends.
Put
I
the
think-
5 foot radius 5 feet behind
Targeting
the
behind
target.
him.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
So then I roll damage, right?
Yes, you
Because
do.
it
And he rolls a
automatically does
saving
it.
throw.
Nice.
That's
Nine.
a 9,
Yep.
right? I can't add when I get excited. 20.
There you go.
20 points of
So
damage.
that as this thing cracks down, kind of through some parts of that wall, it does blow bricks and stone and mortar and whatnot out of that. And from Jacob and Boris's perspective, as you guys are lining up for your next thing you're going to do, there's just a flash of light, like right behind you. He is silhouetted, and he drops Zelen.
Yes.
Destroyed him.
Nice.
So do we know that the guy who fell on the other side of the wall is dead?
We can infer.
Yeah.
Okay.
How tall were the walls? Because if he was alive, he
He
would have
was
taken
about 40 feet up.
He would have taken an additional 46
Okay.
of damage.
I just want to make sure. I don't want anybody
Yeah.
popping up on the wall.
I pivot back around and move as if to engage the last wizard. Sword still out.
He's holding his wounds, and as he comes closer, he says that this is not how I thought this would go. I needed to speak with you, but I can't explain it here. There is a small strike team in support of them. They'll be here in moments. They could be launching an attack right now. I must get away.
I use lay on hands on him to restore, I believe I have 11 hit points left.
Okay, yeah.
Which, that's more than half of what I did, but kind of best I've got for now. And
Just that fast, he says, I must away or I'll be found out. I am Hugo Cormac. Meet me at the Druid Circle in the park at midnight tonight.
agreed.
Okay, but we got to go too. If these people are coming, let's beat feet. Are you guys still have enough in you to run?
Hold on. I do want to do something with the time that he was talking to him. I'm going to heal myself up because I'm really hurt. So
Yeah.
just saying that while they were talking, I cast Cure Wounds on myself twice.
Okay, great.
Does
Yeah,
that
no.
give you everything you need?
No, but it's better than where I was.
Where were you, by the way?
13.
Ooh.
Nice. I was at 41 of 56.
Boris, Hugo Cormac says to you, that this team, it's only 2. They didn't expect so much trouble. They wouldn't have expected that, but then they also didn't expect that I would be aiding you. You've got to get out of here. It's a small team, but it could still give you and me away. And with that, he turns to run like in an adjacent direction for the cover of the ruins themselves.
Yeah. We're going to maneuver too. Is there a gate?
There is a gate.
Oh yeah, but it's barred. Crap. How blown apart is the wall?
In that stretch where Zelen was, where that thing hit over there, the wall is actually fairly weakened.
Let's get over it.
Kool-Aid Man.
You have,
That is in the alley. That piece of wall is part of the alley wall.
That's our best point of maneuvering.
Yep.
At least get back into the public space because I doubt they're going to want to fight in the open
It'll be
view of
trickier at
everything.
least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, so the wall looks weakened, but it's still standing.
Zelen, hit it again.
I do. I still have lightning bolt going.
Okay, so
I'll
yeah,
hit the wall
Call
again.
lightning.
I stand at least 5 feet
I mean,
away
call
from the
lightning.
wall.
I'm sorry, call lightning.
So it's like everyone's right by the wall. Go ahead and roll the damage.
I want to search the bodies of the guy, though. Don't we want to do that?
Yeah, I'll search one. You search the other.
I'll go to the guy who fell off the wall.
All right, so you go to that guy, and he's looking over him. The clothing, the things he has on, are really nice, and where he is a little like cracked and it's blown here and there. Yeah, as he has a dagger on his person, he has a pouch either with money or gems in it, and then of all the things on him that would be a sign or a sigil of some sort, he does have a ring that's on his finger.
Yeah, I grab all that, and for good measure, I take the outmost outer layer of fancy clothes off of him just so he doesn't look like he was robbed for his money, just to try and leave him there so he looks like less of a person there, and just take the clothes with me as I run.
Okay, whatever kind of a jacket coat he had on it. Okay, yeah, got it. Then you just pocket that stuff to look at later.
All of it, yeah.
Okay, good. And then Boar, same thing on the other one?
Yeah.
Very similarly done. There's a ring that has a certain sigil on it, and as you're looking at it, you'd recognize this. It's surprising because at a glance, it looks like something that would almost be Confederation of Duchy in how it's designed, the sigil that's on it. And then you think, no, not Confederation of Duchy. It's more like Arngolian, like Arngol College.
Weird.
And then as you're like, whoa, and clarifying the thought.
Yeah. So as I'm moving with it, having pulled it off his hand, not bothering with clothing because there's sword strikes.
Right. There was also a
crap.
dagger and a bag. Looks like it has money in it.
I
Of some
don't
sort. That it actually looks like it's Bravis
Oh.
as a
interesting.
sigil. But you're doing those
I'm
things.
actually going to put it on.
I don't think you'd note anything particular in change. Don't be like an Arcana check later or something
Okay,
like
fair.
that.
They were not being true to form, though. Last time we killed someone and looted their body, we threw them into their own cook fire.
But Zelen,
19
They
points
didn't
of
make
damage.
a cook fire.
Zelen, as you guys are doing that, Zelen blasts that wall and it collapses outward into the alley.
Jacob, we're leaving.
I come running in with my new coat.
Your new slightly burnt coat.
Hey, style, man.
And then as you, all the three of you head out into that area, you're running out. As you clear and get into, just clear of the alleyway, there is somebody that's entered the alleyway from the opposite direction, and he's now running toward the area of the collapse. You're beyond that. You're at the side of the alley that's almost to the street and back out where
Keep
it
running.
joins the park.
Just keep running.
Just keep
no
swimming.
looking back. Let's maneuver. Maneuvering first, not home, but to the Urnin Skillet.
How long do you run before you just slow down?
As soon as we hit crowd, we're back to walking.
Okay, so
Did he seem like he was running
But
after us
ditch,
through the
if
alley?
you're really wearing
Yes.
the cloak,
Yeah,
ditch the cloak.
Oh, no.
Ditch the coat. It's
Stop.
burnt.
No, I stuff it into my bag.
You don't have your bag because we're just walking around.
Okay.
So you're finding some way to fold up and either stuff it under your own shirt or
I
do
don't
whatever.
know if there. I mean, okay, fine. I'll ditch it because is the other guy running with us too?
No, once you guys got out into population
I
and you
was
slowed down,
holding on to it to see if we
he
could see
slowed down.
any sort of thing from the coat based on where we could say that they were from. Because the rings might be a secret order, but the coat might tell us, oh, these are from such and such a place. We would know where to start looking for these guys. I don't want to ditch the thing.
Razia Tower.
Are we sure of that?
Yeah, you're
They're,
pretty
they're
sure.
the
Okay.
most powerful wizard organization for literal leagues.
Yeah, it's a neat concept, neat idea, but there's also not tags in the clothing or anything else. There wouldn't be a definite giveaway,
Okay.
but it would match with the descriptions you guys heard of the Razia wizards.
Okay.
But you are moving through the edge of the park. It's midday. It's the bright part of the day. People are out and moving, and so you come to a stop, and you're probably doing different things like to smooth your hair down, or you're unruffling your
Knock
clothing.
off the icicles.
Yeah, you look a little bit like you've just been through dirt and fire and ice and all kinds of stuff. and there's probably some blood splattered on somebody, and you just stand out at a run. So you slow yourself down, trying to clean stuff as you go, and no one's looking over their shoulder, but you do get the impression, just the hair on the back of your neck, that there is somebody following you.
Thanks for listening. If you're looking for more podcasts to add to your regular schedule, then I would recommend All About Dog. Kathy and Julia create this podcast to provide current and potential dog parents with all the information they'll need to make an informed decision about adopting a dog. So many dogs are returned to shelters and pounds every year because people didn't know what to expect from the breed they adopted. If you listen from episode 1, you'll learn everything from what questions to ask yourself to see if you're ready to adopt a dog, all the way to the walk across the Rainbow Bridge. Episodes are around 30 minutes each, so they're perfect for your morning or afternoon commute. Give them a listen on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you typically get your podcasts, and tell them we sent you. As always, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Empire's Edge to stay up to date on everything new. Show us your support by telling everyone you know about us, or by subscribing to us on subscribestar.com/the-empires-edge. Thank you.